Alright. Hello guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to yet another video, folks. Today, it's the fourth round of the last 16 of the PDC World Darts Championship. Day 17 and the final dart section of 2025 before the new year begins in 2026. So, let's end 2025 with a flourish, shouldn't we? So, we've got three matches in the afternoon and 3 matches in the evening. Before we get into YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button. We've got 74. I've got 74 subscribers. Let's keep supporting the channel. First up, Luke Woodhouse and Krzysztof Ratajski eyeing a quarter-final berth when they meet in the 2025-26 World Darts Championship. Luke Woodhouse finds himself in the fourth round for the second year in a row following a fine 4-1 victory over Andrew Gilding last time out. The 25 seed has increased in levels in each victory and finishes contest with Gilding with an average of 95.66, although he'll be looking to tidy up of his finishing with his only a third in his attempts, finding their target in that match. He's almost certainly need to improve his numbers against the clinical Krzysztof Ratajski, who is now bidding to reach the quarterfinals for the second time in his career after his last 8 appearance in 2021. The Pole suffered a free match darts from Wesley Plazier in the third round, but he made some crucial checkouts and coming from 3-1 down to defeat the Dutchman in the deciding set. The bookies are fairly split on this one. It is likely to be decided by fine margins. Ratajski, though, has been just a little bit more clinical with his finishing, and that could make the difference in the crucial moments. But I'm going for Woodhouse to win 4-3. And second up, a huge game between Premier League permutations and Torquay permutations. The 50-year-old Andreas Harrysson is enjoying a dream Ali Pali debut, and he takes on the Welshman Jonny Clayton for a spot in the quarterfinals. Jonny Clayton held off and inspired Niels Zonneveld last time out. The Welshman eventually winning 4-3 in the match. That saw him average 98.44 and converted 46.7% on his double attempts. The Welshman is a hugely consistent performer at the PDC World Darts Championship and now reached the fourth round on each of their last 5 years Alexander Palace appearances. But Andreas Harrysson, meanwhile, is enjoying the finest moment on his career at the age of 50. The Swede is making his Ali Pali debut this year, and he has so far accounted for Ross Smith, Monomoto Sakai, and most recently Ricardo Pietrasco. Harrysson is significantly the underdog here, having averaged 96.11 over 6 sets against Pietrasco, and shown he's capable of a very high standard. Clayton is a reliable choice here. He very rarely underperforms on the big stage, but the Swedish qualifier is capable of taking at least a set or two. But I'm going for Clayton to win 4-2. And then the last match of the afternoon, Justin Hood will face Josh Rock. And what other sport would have been one of the major stories of the World Darts Championship, being whether a participant would earn enough to open his own Chinese restaurant. Justin Hood arrived at Ali Pali as one of the lesser known players in the entire tournament, but he has made some major headlines for a string of superb performances on debut, including All That came in an all-time classic with Danny Noppert, as well as an unconventional dream, which he now thinks he's one away from achieving that. Justin said, "I love the food. If I open, I get free food, but I'll be out business in 6 months." Justin Hood with an update on his Chinese restaurant dream and why he really wants it. Unfortunately for the Glastonbury thrower standing between them, check 400,000, is Josh Rock, who has really looked like the man on the mission in the last couple of rounds. He wants that Chinese restaurant. I want that Silverdale Trophy, quitted the Northern Irishman following his 4-1 triumph over his close friend Callum Ridds that he achieved with an average of 99. It wasn't quite impressive as the round 101. He managed the brutal destruction of Joey Comito in the previous round, but circumstance of this match with Ridds, who was malthering a loss in his grandfather, was difficult for both players. But if Rock plays his best, he should win, but Hood can produce some stopping exploits that we saw against Noppert. But he did beat Ryan Meikle yesterday, averaging 95. But I'm going for Josh Rock to win 4-2. And then the evening session. Right, the evening session. Champagne Charlie continues his dream debut against highly fancy Gian Van Veen in the 4th round. The 20-year-old Ali Pali debutant Charlie Manby would have probably been happy with just one victory. That we saw his first volley into the PC World Darts Championship and Development Tour qualifier. Now finds himself one victory away from the spot in the quarterfinals. The Champagne Charlie defeated crowd favourite Ricky Evans 4-2 in the 3rd round. Although he had only averaged 89.50 in doing so, Gian Van Veen is heavily fancied to go far before the tournament has lived up to his billing so far, with 3 dominant displays in what is only his 2nd participation at the Worlds. The Dutch talent who defeated Malas Rasma 4-1 last time out boasted a tournament average of success of 100. It has been playing plenty of confidence, but since he won the European Championship in late October, Manby has enjoyed a fine tournament so far, but it's fair to say that his opponents haven't hit the heights that Van Veen is capable of. Van Veen will back himself here, and we expected the Temp C to progress while hitting the most maximums. I'm going for Van Veen to win 4-1. And then it's the battle of the former world champions. Is the last 16 as Michael van Gerwen takes on old foe Gary Anderson in a mouth-watering Ali Pali Classic. Michael van Gerwen showing flashes of his best darts, especially towards the end of his 4-1 victory over Arno Merck in the 3rd round. The 3-time world champion boasted a check-out percentage of 50% and a free dart average of 99.70 in his win against German qualifier. MVG will take on another world title winner with Gary Anderson registering the tournament high of 14 180s. This 4-3 triumph over stubborn Jermaine Watamina. Anderson has proven that he can still mix it with the best in his event, but he has averaged over 100 in the tournament overall. These two have shared some memorable contests over the years, but have only met twice at the Alexander Palace, with Van Gerwen prevailing in both 2017 and 2019, but expected plenty of maximums here. What is likely to be a fast-paced treat for Ali Pali crowd. Anderson, though, has had the edge of that department recently, but we are back in the Flying Scotsman to edge through while hitting more 180s. But I'm going with Van Gerwen to win 4-3. I think it will be one of the greatest games in the World Championship when Gary Anderson hit a 9-darter. Even Jermaine Watamina was getting excited about Gary Anderson almost hitting the 9-darter. What a fantastic match. If Gary Anderson keeps up turning up, you never know. We have a classic, another 100 plus average, 14 180s, tremendous character to finally get over the line in an epic. Right, Luke Humphries against Kevin Doets. Kevin Doets is making a habit of coming alive on Ali Pali's stage. He just beat Michael Smith last year and Krzysztof Ratajski, but to beat Nathan Aspinall 4-3 yesterday, took it out 1-6-4 and 1-1-2. That's incredible. Kevin Doets, the last 6 legs of that incredible win. Luke Humphries wouldn't probably have been mentally prepared for Aspinall, who has enjoyed one of the best seasons on that evidence. But he was pushed by Gabriel Clemens, but he won 4-2. Humphries will make another fast start, but I think Doets will get at least 2 sets, but I'm going for Humphries to win 4-2. That's my predictions then for the World Darts Championship of the final action of 2025. Leave on your comments below and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, peace out. And also some Premier League football. Right, on Tuesday and New Year's Day. Burnley versus Newcastle. I'm going Newcastle to beat Burnley 2-1. Chelsea versus Bournemouth. I'm going Chelsea to beat Bournemouth 3-1. Nottingham Forest to beat Everton. That's in the City Ground when Sean Dyche faces his former club. West Ham versus Brighton. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. And then the Emirates Stadium, a huge clash between Arsenal and Aston Villa in the title race. But I'm going for a 2-2 draw. I think he has Desmond all over it. And Man United versus Wolves, straightforward for United. 3-0 United. Crystal Palace against Fulham. I'm going for Palace 2-1. Liverpool versus Leeds at Anfield. But I'm going for Liverpool to win 3-1. Sunderland against Man City. I'm going Man City to win 2-0. And Brentford versus Tottenham. Thomas Frank facing his old club at the G Tech Community Stadium. I'm going for Brentford to win 2-0. That's my video, guys. Have a great one. Have a great New Year. Have a great New Year's Eve. There will be parties all over it, around the country and around the world and around in London as well. But see ya. Bye. Peace out.